Right, we are live streaming. Welcome to those tuning in to the live stream. This is our Friday night Raidfest event on Sarlona, and this is a new Friday night event that we're leading, the High Lords of Malkier. And for years we would run what we called our Friday night Mark of Deathfest, and we started that back when Mark of Death was the hot new raid. And I remember, the inaugural event that we did back, a few years ago was we did 13 Marks of Death in a row. And then I think the next week we did like 7, and then, it was like 4 or 5 every night, then it dwindled down to 3 or 4, and then, it was down to 2 for the last year or more. And we've been struggling to fill those. It's just not, the raid's a little older, it's not as desirable as it used to be, so we thought we'd change things up. And so what we're calling our Friday night Raidfest, is 1 Mark of Death, then 1 Defiler of the Just, then Riding the Storm Out, which is the new raid. And everybody's welcome to join. So I've got me and 3 of my guildies right now, and then I've already posted, and we've got a couple pugs joining us here, and hopefully we'll fill before too long. Last week was our inaugural week of the event, and we saw really good attendance. And almost everybody that came to the first one, Mark of Death, stayed through the whole event, which is really cool. I'll be watching the live chat along with the event and responding to chat when I can. My attention is going to mostly be focused on what's going on in game, but I'll be responding to chat when I can. And this is, it's going to be a new player. All of our public events are new player friendly. So if people don't know the raids, we're happy to explain them. It's not as formal as like our Saturday teaching raids, where we're really taking in, all first timers and explaining all the details of the raid. But nonetheless, I'm happy to explain what people need to know to understand how the raid works. And this is a way that if you're on Sarlona and you're interested in running with us, the High Lords of Malkier, and you want to get to know us, this is one of the public events that you can join us and run with us and get to know us in. And we also have our Tuesday night Abbot Fest. Takes place every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. And we do a couple of heroic Abbot raids. And that's a raid that's tough to find a good pug for. And we've been doing, that's my favorite raid. We've been doing Abbot for years. And we got it down to a science. We can teach you how to run it. And you can, if you're new to Abbot, or if you've felt like Abbot was a giant pain in the ass and you hated it, we could show you like Abbot can be fun and smooth. Hey Nilp, welcome. Hey BNVP, welcome to the live stream. We had a little bit of a slower fill last week, but we ended up filling, and almost everybody who came to the Mark of Death stayed for the whole event, which was cool. But you guys have plenty of time to grab a drink or something if you want to, or a smoke or something. Hopefully we'll get started before too long. Hey Darkwind, welcome.
Thank you. Hey, I'm a first timer to the raid. I've been playing the game for a long time, but I've never been in that one.
Okay, are you flagged for Mark of Death?
As in you from all the Epic Orchard quests?
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm happy to
I think I
explain it.
ran him with one of your guildies yesterday. What was it, Nimvid, I think.
Oh god. I'm kidding, I love Nimbin. He's awesome.
He said he was flagging for this raid, I think.
Welcome, Marqueus? Marcheus? Markai? Marchwa? How do you say your name? Mark is. Marquet is. Okay, Marqueus. Uncle Voodoo. Hey, Joshua, welcome. Welcome, Vengeance.
Good.
Good, how are you? For those of you just tuning in to the live stream, this is a new public event we're doing on Sarlona, which we're calling Friday Night Raidfest. It's going to be Mark of Death, then Defiler of the Just, and then riding the Storm out with the new raid. And I just got a handful of my guildies in here. Just me and 3 guildies, and then pugging the rest of the spots out. So we're just waiting to fill now. Plenty of time to go poop or smoke or whatever it is you like to do. By the way, guys, this event is being live streamed. It's just a handful of people watching us right now, though. Probably won't have more than about 20 or 30 people watching it at any given time. So it's a little less viewership than like Oprah. But, you know, some of our fellow DDOers out there from other servers are tuning in. Well, we won't give out your real identity. Well, we do have a first timer here, so in the interest of saving some time, I can go ahead and start explaining some things now. So, Marqueus and anybody else that's new. Is there anybody else here that's new to this? Okay, go ahead and step in. Welcome, Nyrebex. Y'all can step in if you like, but if you are new to this, go ahead and step in now, and I'll start explaining the basics. This raid can seem very chaotic. It's sort of a fast and furious kind of a raid, and if everything goes right, it can easily be over in much less than 10 minutes. Kind of like Hound of Zoriat, where like if things go right, it's very smooth, it seems like no big deal, but if things go wrong, it can turn into a shit show really fast. And this is one that can be challenging to find a good bug for, because it's easy for things to get out of hand. No need to buff yet, guys, because I hopefully we'll get a couple more bodies in here, but I do need to explain things to a couple first timers. So for our first timers, have you ever done the heroic Abbot raid before? Okay. Well, if you have done it, for those of you who have done the heroic Abbot raid, this is basically an entirely different raid. It looks similar when you, like, at this point it looks basically the same, but that's pretty much where the similarities end. A couple similarities though is that the water around the main platform is like death water. It ticks for damage, so you want to stay out of that. In heroic Abbot raid though, if you die in the water, your soul stone falls to the bottom, and the water's really deep, and it becomes a timing issue to raise you. But here, if you die in the water, your soul stone just gets teleported to the center of the platform. Another similarity is the Abbot will do an encasement attack and an inferno attack, just like the heroic Abbot raid. And so when you're encased, we're going to have these rocks that we get from doing one of the objectives that people will use to break you out. It's helpful if you can call out that you're encased. And he'll also do the inferno attack, which the entire platform will go up like a big wall of fire. When the inferno happens, it's a little bit different here than in the heroic Abbot raid, because there are safe spots right on the platforms. So what I think most groups are doing is just going to those safe spots. If you look around the platform, you see it's not a perfect circle. There are corners, and it's those corners that you want to be at. The very, very tiptoe edge of the corner, though, and you shouldn't get hit by the inferno. But this is clutch right here. I mean, you got to go to the safe spots if there's an inferno, and we'll call it out if there's an inferno. But what's also clutch is that if you get hit by the inferno, you got to drink a curse pot, and that's the same as the heroic Abbot raid, and a lot of people don't know that. If you get hit by the inferno and you don't drink a curse pot, your hit points and spell points will tick down. They'll just continuously tick down until you drink a curse pot, and it doesn't show up in your buff bar like a normal curse. So, if you don't know that mechanism, you might be wondering, why am I losing all my spell points? Well, that's why. And you'll lose them pretty quickly too, so you really got to be on top of that. It's too damn sultry in here.
On the corners you're talking about, are you talking about up there on that upper platform or on the lower platform where we're at?
Oh, right here, that like the outer corners.
Close to the water?
Yep. And okay, so once we step forward, the Abbot will come down, and he's a lich, so his DR is bludgeoning and magic, and he's immune to cold and electric, and we're going to beat him down to 70% health. and then when he disappears, one D door will appear across the platform from us, and everybody can go into that. And there's going to be some trash mobs, a couple beholders, and a death knight. You're going to kill all that, and then break a sarcophagus, and then just get out the same way you went in. And then most of the group will be on, in fact everybody who's new is going to be on the main platform for the rest of the raid. And once you come back out of that D door, we're going to have teams that go into these outer D doors that are way out into the northeast and southwest of the zone, way out in the water. It's kind of tricky to get to them, so we're going to send people who know how to do that. Everybody else will stay on the main platform, and they'll help to kill the trash that's on the main platform. And when the abbot pops down, he's going to pop in and out. You should be on the abbot too, because if nobody's on the abbot, he gets a little temperamental and starts doing his special attacks more often. Hey Inquisitor, welcome. Come on in. I'm just explaining things to a couple first-timers. And then once the outer D doors are done, then we get like to the second half of the raid. And this will all happen within a few minutes. So once all the outer D doors are done, everybody will be back in the center. And then we're going to have a trash crew. Actually, Gentis, are you going to be crowd controlling for us?
Yeah, I'll be doing blindness on the archer. So don't kill the archers. Just if you see an eyeball with a red slash over them, don't touch them. Just leave them there. Otherwise, they'll just respawn.
Okay, great. So both
And
of
blind
our
those. And I'm going to sunburst the vampires.
Great, thank you. So both of our wizards are going to be on crowd control. There's going to be lots of trash at that point. There's going to be vampire knights. There's going to be archers around the edges. There's going to be quells that will inhibit spellcasting. There's going to be beholders that inhibit spellcasting. So it's, a big part of this raid is mitigating trash, and this is where pugs fail, because the trash keeps respawning and it becomes overwhelming. So there are two main strategies. You can have a kill crew, and we would just have maybe 4 people, and that's all they do is kill trash for that part of the raid, and for the rest of the raid they just kill trash as fast as possible. In this case, since we have a couple of crowd controlling wizards, they're going to be stoning and blinding everything, so everybody else would just ignore the trash and leave it, and definitely don't, if you see something stoned, just leave it alone. Everybody else should be on abbot, on the abbot at that point, or on these death knights that are going to appear. So in that second half of the raid, hey Brutus, welcome. Are you Inquisitor? Oh, okay, cool. So at that point, everybody else will beat the abbot down to 50. The abbot will take a break. 3 death knights will appear. We'll beat them down in an order that I'll prescribe at the time. Then the abbot will come back and we'll beat him down to 0 and we win. When the abbot, during that second half of the raid, Lady Vol appears, and she, at no point in the raid does she ever need to be DPS'd. She's just there to make our lives miserable. She'll chase us around and breathe dragon breath on us and be sassy and stuff. But we can generally just ignore her. Like I said, we don't have to DPS her at any point in the raid. She doesn't need to die. We just need to kill the abbot. Hey Lodins, welcome. Come on in, we're all inside. Just finishing up an explanation for some people that are newer to it. But this is clutch too, right here, is that when we get to the final abbot beatdown, so when the abbot returns, we beat him to 50, then we kill the death knights and the abbot returns. When the abbot returns, that last time, Lady Vol is going to do this AoE death effect, and there is no save for it. You have to have death block in here, otherwise you will die. There's no save. Death ward isn't going to be good enough because the beholders that constantly spawn are going to constantly be dispelling your death ward. So I guess technically, if you cast death ward right before the death attack, then you would be okay. But the bottom line, you really need to have death block in here, so that you don't have to remember to do that every time. It's also really important that you stay out of the marks of death. The marks of death look like blue cloud kills, like blue fog. And so I really want to emphasize that with people who are new to this raid often struggle with sort of good spatial awareness and staying out of those blue clouds. So and she's going to spawn them all over the platform, 6, 8 at a time. And so it can be kind of tricky to maneuver through those. You can actually move through them quickly, but you don't want to stop in them, because you will take damage really fast, and you can't cast spells while you're in them. Brutus, you said you can do this, the southwest D-door? Okay, cool. Okay, there are the jobs. I'll take care of the northeast D-door. Brutus will be on the southwest D-door. On trash is Jinsicle and Vengeance, and everyone else is part of the Abbott and Death Knight DPS group. Any questions? And last second buffs. Looks like we're all here. Thank you for your patience, everybody, by the way, while we explain things. Okay, let's get started. If you're new, you might want to turn on your DM voice so you can hear the banter. And again, if you're new, this raid can seem a little bit like, you know, Fast and Furious, a little bit overwhelming, kind of chaotic, but it's just the nature of the raid. It's a very quick raid, and it's a very, yeah, it's fast-paced, a lot of mobs. And like I said, I'm going to talk us through it. Yeah, it is an intense raid. Through, you know, so that the people who are newer to it will know what they're supposed to be doing. Alright, time to get on the Abbott. Okay, everybody can go into the first D-door. Looks like our wizards are going to stay out for that, so I'll go ahead and go in. Put on the old pale lavender. Beholders first. Putting on the pale lavender prevents me from getting debuffed by the beholder's anti-magic. Oh crap. Alright, so we had a miscommunication, folks. That means we have no one to do the southwest D-door. I need somebody to step up and do that. And if you need the goggles, you can take it. We have no one here that can do the southwest D-door. Is that what I'm hearing? You're gonna do it, Signal Mixer?
I'm gonna try to.
Okay, why don't you do the northeast instead, since you're a range tune? You don't want to do southwest as a range tune. So northeast will be to your right as you're coming out of the D-door there.
Alright.
Yep, over that way. And if you need help, then I can come over after I'm done with mine. So I'm going over here without the goggles, just because I know where the tiles are, but sometimes you get stuck under a tile and it's problematic. But usually you get over here without a problem. So this is the point in which, you know, ignore the trash because our wizards got it covered. You can probably help with the quells though. And when the Abbot comes down, it's important that you're on the Abbot immediately because, like I said, he gets temperamental and he starts throwing infernos and encasements if you're not paying attention to him. Oh, it's okay, Brutus, but stop yelling at us. How you doing over there, Ina?
Fine.
You
Sore,
want-
but fine.
What percentage is he at?
He's at 90.
Okay, I'm gonna come over and help then.
Alright.
Throw in cocoon renewal before I get into the water. That can help mitigate some of the damage I'm gonna take from the water. And then shining through is good too, of course. Stanch is an emergency. Things got a little tricky there, but we salvaged it. By the way, Ina, you can actually get on top of the pillars there and range stuff down. Or the blocks on the other side. Either one.
Didn't realize it.
That's funny, these knights got stuck down on the ledge. Normally we like to have the 2 D-doors done simultaneously. And the D-door isn't considered complete until you grab the item off the altar here. Go ahead and grab one of the boulders. So you can see it's complete once that D-door appears. We're done with the outer D-doors now. So everybody but the 2 wizards now is on Abbot and Death Knight DPS only. Leave the trash alone. And this is perfect, guys. The way that you guys have everything stone is just beautiful. This is like an ideal situation. Okay, Abbot is in the south. Remember, we don't need to DPS Lady Bull. She's going to start doing her marks of death. Stay out of the blue clouds. Death Knights are up now. Abbot's taking his smoke break. We want to do the one with Tensor's transformation first and the red one last. Tensor's always spawns in the west. Tensor's first, red last. He's in the middle now. Not to be confused with Brutus, who also has Tensor's transformation. We'll take him to the outside of the platform and move clockwise around the platform as the marks of death come up. That's just so everybody knows where to go. And we'll have to, yeah, like I said, we'll have to keep moving as these marks of death come up. Okay, Tensor's is dead. Work on the one with no aura next and the red one last. Although I'm not seeing the one with no aura. Okay, DPS crew to center. Hope you got death block on because that AoE death effect is coming. We just want to beat the Abbot down to 0 now. And that is all. Congrats on your first completions. Let's let one of our first timers, how about Marqueus? You said it was your first time, right?
No, not me. It was
Darkwind?
Lynn.
Darkwind.
The first time. Yeah, Darkwind.
You can do the honors on the chest. It's all yours, buddy. Congrats on your first.
It's not going to kill me like Shroud, right?
I wish, but no.
Hey, thanks for the completion. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. D50 on 9 shreds of tapestry. And guys, we're going to be doing Defiler of the Just next in Amrath. Anybody who wants to is welcome to stay for that. If not, thank you for coming, and don't
Sweet,
forget to
I'm
turn
in.
it in. 49. Nice roll. That was Fuzol. There you go, Fuzol. Looks like we didn't get any named. Alright, like I said, don't forget to turn it in, guys, and we're going to do Defiler of the Just next. Everybody's welcome to stay. If not, thank you for coming.
I'm swapping also.
Okay, cool. Here I'm looking for items with green slots. That's all I'm interested in. If not, then I'm taking the comms. Traditionally, I would have taken the heart seeds, but I have so many heart seeds right now that I'm really wanting comms more now so that I can use them to buy the potions of spell power. And if there's anybody watching the live stream, by the way, that doesn't know, like, you can double click on your commendations of valor and that pulls up this barter window here, and you can use those to buy some potions and your hearts, your epic heart of wood, your arcana heart of wood, and you can trade commendations at a rate of 100 per heart seed. So you can buy your hearts of wood for 4,200 commendations of valor or 42 heart seeds. I still run into people that don't know that, so it's worth mentioning. Welcome back, guys. Okay, it looks like we lost 2 people, so I'm gonna post. Plenty of time to go grab a drink or something if you want to, guys.
Smoke break done back in like 3.
Hey, Nope, welcome back. Yeah, I don't know why the live stream went off earlier. I've never had that happen. The program that I use to stream is OBS, and it said it was still streaming. Even it must have been on YouTube's end. I'm not sure. Hey, Cheddar, welcome. Quick bio, I'll be right back. And I'm back. B&V, to answer your question, how many hours a week do I put into DDO on average? Way too many. But not as much as it might seem if you're on Sarlona, because I actually stay logged in all day. I log in whenever I get up and stay logged in all day until I go to bed, and I'm only actually at the game like maybe half that time, if that. So some people make fun of me for pulling guild ship guard duty. Hey Deepicus, welcome. Welcome Ariset. Welcome back. So it's hard to say B&V because, you know, like I'll have the game running in the background while I'm doing other things online and stuff. And I'm not a hardcore grinder. Like I can't sit there and run 20 quests in a row. I'll do like 3 or 4 quests and then I need to take a break, you know, for a half hour, and then I back 3 or 4 more quests. Okay guys, go ahead and make your way to the raid. And I need to know, is there anybody who's new to or still learning this raid?
I'm actually still learning this one. I've done it 3 times to completion, but I'm not familiar with all of it.
Okay, you're a little on the soft side. I've turned you up, but it might help a little bit if you can turn it up on your end.
Yeah, I'm new to all 3 of these raids.
Lag is
I said I've run this 3 times, but I'm still learning all the ins and outs of it. I do know the basics, but I'm not a professional.
Okay, no problem. I'm going to explain the gist of things. This is more of a learn as you go kind of a raid, but there are some things I want to make sure that you understand going into it. Also, if everybody could dismiss their cosmetic pets, that'd be awesome. This raid is notoriously laggy, and just the more things that are on the screen, the worse it is. So just to help a little bit, that would be awesome if you can dismiss your cosmetics. Appreciate it. We'll give hard a try. Go ahead and step in. You should be in, you know, an optimum destiny. Please, you know, hard is definitely not a gimme completion. It's very easy to fail this raid, even on normal. And this is another raid that, like Mark of Death, that can be hard to find a good pug for. The pugs are failing this raid, and it can be just a disorganized mess. This one is really, really easy to fail because there are 2 different failure conditions that, you know, if these conditions occur, it shoots you right out of the raid. So it's not even, you don't even have to wipe to fail this one. Whereas like with Mark of Death, you know, it's a party wipe that makes that fail because you usually get overwhelmed by trash. And here, not only do you have to worry about being overwhelmed, but these 2 failure modes can just, you know, end the raid right then and there.
Ginger, I just turned my bravery bonus off. I forgot about it.
Oh, okay.
I'm back.
Welcome back. This raid will lock out, but not quite yet. It's not once we get to a certain point. And for this first part, there's just some trash mobs we gotta clear. So let's go ahead and start clearing that. Even if everybody's not in, it's not a big deal. We just, you know, we're just on hard, so a lot of times groups will just clear up to the point, up to the lockout point, and keep the LFM posted because people can come in late up to that point. And like I said, just some trash here. It's no big deal. Kill these tieflings that are shooting these ballistas at us, and you know, if you want to troll your friends that are coming in late, you can actually shoot the ballistas at them. So once you kill the tieflings, you can get on it and blow up your friends when they come through the door. Although they don't do too much damage. But if your friend is squishy, you might be able to get them. So if you go to this next door that's open, this is the lockout point. And so you want to make sure that everybody is in the raid before the last person crosses this, because once we get past this, the gate will come up and it will never come down even at the end of the raid. So people can enter the instance late, but they won't be able to get past this raid and therefore won't get their loot. But if they just want completion, they could come in late. So for this next part of the raid is like this is the ambush room, and hopefully you see that there are spinning Shabroth blades in front of us. And by the way, I appreciate everybody's patience. We got a couple first timers. If you don't see Shabroth blades whirling like a dozen of them whirling around in front of us in the room, then you're experiencing a common bug that happens to me maybe 10% of the time, and to a lot of people. In any event, there are Shabroth blades whirling around here, and on the other side, we're going to all gather about a body length or two away from the gate on the other side. And we're going to gather there because there's like a safe lane where the Shabroth blades don't go. And once we all get into that room, the gate will come up and an ambush will spawn. There's going to be a red pit fiend, some orthons, hellhounds, things like that, and we're just going to pile on top of each other and beat them down. This room is notoriously laggy. 9 out of 10 times, it's just going to lag right out, and it's not uncommon for it to just lock up, just totally lock up for like a minute. It's that bad. But hopefully we'll just power through it. You know, we got healing auras going, and you know, we'll throw some. Hopefully Fazul can. Well, yeah, he's got his healing aura, so we should be good to go. If people die, we'll just get them up, no big deal. We beat down the ambush. Oh, you didn't have to come back, Deepicus. We'll beat down the ambush, and then the gate will come down, and then we'll go into the main part of the raid, which is like this big arena, kinda. And I'm gonna assign everybody to a corner, and that's gonna be like your home base. If you're an old timer like me and you ever played the old video game Pac-Man, you may know that the 4 little ghost monsters had little corners that they were assigned to patrol when they weren't doing anything else. Well, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be like the ghost monsters in the old-timey Pac-Man, and we're gonna be responsible for patrolling our corners when we're not doing anything else. And the reason why I like to we do it this way, and you might not see this method in pugs, but the reason why we do it this way is because that way we can cover as much of the zone as possible at all times. Whereas, like, if you join a pug, you're probably going to have people running around like jackasses, hoping that there's enough people in the raid that knows what they're doing so you don't fail. This raid is all about killing shit as fast as possible, and there's a time limit for one kind of mob, and for another kind of mob, you can't have more than 12 in the zone, or both those conditions cause failure. So you got to kill stuff as fast as possible. And so, like, if people are just running around everywhere, not knowing what's going on, it's very easy to fail. So when the gate comes down the other side, there's going to be 2 Abishai executioners. We need to kill them as fast as possible, and then we will go to our 4 corners. And then I'm going to explain things from there. When you're hanging out in your corner, hang out at the bottom of the ramp in your corner. Off the floor, because there's going to be Shabroth blades on the floor. We want to do our fighting off the floor. You fight on the floor, you're going to get tore up by blades, and they will chew you up. I'm going to type in the corner assignments. Can you tell me, I'm sorry, I've forgotten. Can you tell me again who's new? Because I'm going to put the new folks with me. Okay, those are the corner jobs. I'm going to read them off real quick. Northeast is going to be Voodoo, Fuzul, and Nope. Northwest will be Jinnabel, Ariset, and Lodins. Southeast, Tyrannus, Darkwind, and Imrata. Southwest, Delilah, Vengeance, Deepicus. Any questions before we keep moving? Okay, like I said, we're going to gather about a body length or two away from the gate on the other side of this column in front of us. Just do your best to avoid these blades as you're getting over there. Right where I am is where you want to be. If you died, don't worry, it happens. So we are lagging pretty bad right now. It's not a total lockup, but like I said, this is typical. Expect this every time. If you don't get it, you're lucky. Okay, the gate's down. Kill the 2 Abishai Executioners right away before going into your corners.
If you're caught up, try to tumble out of it if you can.
Yep, if you're lagged, tumble out of it. Get in here, Delilah. Don't get locked out. There we go. Okay, everybody proceed to your corners, please. Remember, hang out at the ramp at the bottom of your corner. You get reinforcements south. Okay, so I'm going to wait till my 2 new guys. Need Fazul and Nip with me. Okay, nope, not Nip. So here's the deal. We're going to get alternating spawns of Abishai Executioners and reinforcements. We need to kill all of them as soon as possible, as fast as possible. Abishai Executioners have a very short leash, so we have to fight them where they spawn. Specifically at the bottoms of the ramp nearest where they spawn. So if they spawn here in our corner, we'll pull them here. If they spawn in our corner but out in the middle, we'll take them to the bottom of that center ramp in there. They have a very, very short leash. If you take them too far away from where they spawn, they'll white dot out, and then they just get their health back. So this is another thing. When people are just running around like jackasses, they white dot out the executioners, and then they get all their health back, and then you have to find them again, and it's a giant pain in the ass. Another Archon has fallen. That's our indication that Abishai Executioners spawn. There's nothing here in our corner, so we go to the other corner, on the other side. So Nilp and Fazul. We're going to go to the northwest corner. And we'll fight the executioners at the bottom of the ramp nearest where they spawn. We don't take them up the ramp because they'll white dot out if they go into that room. In between the executioner waves, we're going to get waves of reinforcements. Now we go back to our corner. Reinforcements always spawn in these portal rooms between the corners. There's 2 of them, one in the north and one in the south. Fight reinforcements in front of the portal, and that's just a rallying point so everybody knows where to drop their AoEs and where to drag the mobs to, so you don't have people running around everywhere. Once your reinforcements are dead, go back to your corner and wait for more spawns. It's a lot of standing around and waiting, and when stuff spawns, you kill it as fast as possible. So if the number of reinforcements ever reaches 12, we auto-fail the raid. And if the next time that the Abishai Executioners spawn, notice that there'll be a timer in the upper right-hand corner. Northeast. See, it says 107 right now. If we don't kill the Executioners within that time limit, then we lose an Archon. If we lose 5 Archons, we auto-fail the raid. So if you notice, there's this light beam next to us. It has an Archon that has fallen there. And the theme is that there's like... The theme is that like there's devils and Archons fighting above us. And like Archons are falling out of the sky, and the Executioners are sent here to finish them off.
Yeah, it's trash.
And we got to kill the executioners before they kill the archons. So if we lose 5 archons, we auto fail. So 12 reinforcements or 5 archons, we auto fail the raid. We still have an executioner alive in the zone. We got 10 seconds to kill him. And we won't kill him in time, so we're gonna lose an archon. That's okay. We can lose 5 and we'll be all right. We just need to make, try our best not to lose any more. The places in which they spawn are somewhat random, so sometimes it can be hard to locate them, which is why you want to have as much of the zone covered as possible. Northeast.
Southeast.
And notice that it's the number of reinforcements is also indicated in the upper right hand corner. And we have reinforcements north, so drag everything to the front of the portal and fight it there. So the north teams stay north and the south teams stay south. But within each of those sides, the northeast team may go over to the northwest to help out there if there's nothing going on in their corner. And same with the south. Nothing going on, you go back to your corner. And I'll just show you Nilp and Fazul. I want to come out here with me real quick. Executioners can spawn right in this little cubby, which can make it really hard to spot them. So you want to look for that spot, before you abandon your corner. Northeast. All the other mobs can be dragged anywhere you want. They won't white dot out. It's just the Abishai Executioners that have a really short leash. And back to our corners. And there's going to be maybe, I don't know,
Southwest.
maybe 8 or 10 waves of this northeast. The reinforcements always spawn in groups of 4 north or south, or they can spawn it in a group of 8, which will be 4 north and south when that happens. Reinforcements north. Remember, fight them in front of the portal, please. For every Archon that's defeated, they end up becoming an evil Iranese in the end fight, which is not a big deal. They just sort of fly around and pew pew us. They don't do much. When we get to the end fight, please do not run in. I want to be able to explain that to new folks. It's pretty basic, but just want to explain how it works. Northeast.
Southwest.
So for the people watching the live stream, you may have noticed I just shot a dark fire at the executioner, bring him over. It did 3,900 damage. So people have been ragging on dark fire, but I was using it before they increased the damage, and yeah, I was only getting like 8 shots per rest because it used to take up. You used to action boots. I didn't use action boots for anything else, so I got 8 free shots and they did about 5,000 damage. Well, now they changed it to an SLA, which just costs like 5 spell points or something like that, but you could do it unlimited. And they really amped up the damage, but it was overboard. You know, it was doing like 10,000, 15,000, I guess more. You know, if you had really high spell power or whatever. And then they ratcheted it back down, so people are upset that they nerfed it too much. But like I said, it was doing 5,000 before when I was using it, and I was happy to get 8 shots for free. Now it's doing 2, 3, 4,000, but I can use it at a faster rate and unlimited. Basically, I'm happy with it.
Reinforcements down, back to your corners on south.
Yeah, with this tune, it's really everything I do is like the auras, so I appreciate having, a ranged attack like that, a ranged spell attack. That time I did about 2,500 to him. For 5 spell points, 2,500, I'll take it. But if you're already, you already have a tune that has a bunch of ranged attacks already, then I can understand that maybe that's not worth it for you. But there's plenty of stuff, I've heard some people say, well, you gotta spend so many points in the Drow tree. There's plenty of good stuff to work up to it. So reinforcements north and south. You got spell resistance, which is going to stack in the next update. You got charisma at the bottom. You've got enchantment resistance. That's really all you gotta spend to get there. Yeah, so I got 6 points of spell resistance, 2 points of charisma, plus 6 to enchantment saves, and plus 1 to my enchantment DCs, and that was enough to get the Darkfire. Works for me. Certainly
All
not.
reinforcements down.
Certainly not essential, but I like it. And Voodoo's a drow, by the way, just mostly for flavor. She's always been a drow. I made her as a drow in the beginning years and years ago, and she's always been a drow, and it just doesn't feel right to play her as anything but a drow. So that's really what that choice is about. Northwest. Okay,
There's
notice
one in the
one
center,
of them
the
white
black dot.
dotted out, so we got to go to the center. So it's an example, like you got to fight it at the bottom of
Reinforcements south.
the ramp nearest where it spawned. Still got executioners in the northwest, guys. We got 30 seconds. One's in the center, northwest center. And they're down.
South reinforcements down.
I mentioned this raid is... Oh, we lost another Archon. This raid is notoriously laggy, and it makes doing it on Epic Elite almost impossible. I've heard people do it short-handed, though, take like 6-8 people in here, and that's supposed to really help with lag. But we've given up on it as a guild. You know, we tried 4 times, plenty of DPS every time. We just, because of lag, you know, if you can't kill stuff fast enough, you auto fail, and when you're lagged out, you can't kill anything. Drop rates are decent on hard though, not bad on normal. Final wave south, everybody south. If you hit any trash on the way, just drag it to the south.
Group them up, fight them individually.
Yeah, fight them in front of the portals, folks. That way everybody knows where to go. You're going to get into pugs, and they're going to be fighting reinforcements in 4 different places in this room. Alright. Everybody to the east. Up the ramp, but don't go into the final room. Just gather at the gate. Don't go in there, load-ins.
Wait here.
Make him nervous. When we go past this door, the gate will come up, locking everybody else out of the end fight. It'll come down when it's over. When we step in, there'll be a purple worm. We want to beat it down as fast as possible. It has a pretty potent breath attack, which is going to be able to one-shot a lot of people. It's going to put down like a neon green pathway on the ground. That's going to be its indication that it's about to shoot its breath weapon and which direction, so try not to get hit by that. We should kill that thing as fast as possible if we can. About 30 seconds after it spawns, the boss will activate an Irenes over by the cave across from us. We want to kill her as fast as possible. Usually we can do that within 30 seconds, no problem, and that's the goal, to kill her in less than 30 seconds after she spawns, or after she activates. If she's alive for 30 seconds, and then every 30 seconds thereafter, she's going to do this AoE bombardment, which is going to one-shot most people. It's very intense. And then trash is going to spawn too. We get a lot of attrition, a lot of people dying, and then we have trash to deal with while we're trying to raise people, and then 30 seconds later she does it again, killing more people. So once she starts doing that, it's extremely hard to recover from. You can, but I'm just saying, like, ideally you want to kill her before she ever gets to that point. But there is a safe spot above the cave, so Gentis, if you would assume that position, and that way at least one person will survive the bombardment attack if we get there, and they can start throwing raises. Okay, last second buffs. And let's do it.
Yeehaw!
The worm will be right here before the lava pit. And we should be able to kill it before the boss spawns, or before the boss activates. You see we got these Irenes minions. That's because we lost 2 Archons, so 2 Irenes. Just ignore them. Okay, everybody on the boss. She's about to activate.
Fuck that worm. Where's she at?
Okay, she's active. Boss, boss, boss. It's gonna be close. Oh, we were lagging out there a little bit, I think. Congrats on your first completions. Let's see. Fazul, why don't you do the honors on the chest? Good job, everyone. Nice smooth run. We're going to be doing Riding the Storm out next, the new raid. It's in the market if you haven't done it yet. There's no flagging required, but you got to be level 27 to even enter the raid. Resonation, nice. That's a nice necklace for caster.
Oh,
Okay, guys, don't forget to turn it in. Everybody's welcome to stay for RSO. If not, thanks for coming.
Woo! RSO! Love this quest. Not. I do love the loot that comes from it, though.
Again, I'm looking for green slotted items. Don't really care about anything else. Nope, so taking the Cons of Valor. Cerulean Guard's nice.
That's awesome.
Oops. Enjoy the view.
swapping.
Okay, cool. Is anybody not staying for RSO?
Fastest raid fill in history.
I'm gonna step away for a second. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Is anybody here not done riding the storm out? Okay, the entrance is in the market by the fountain in front of the bank. Not to completion? No problem. You're going to get a completion tonight. This is another one that can be hard to find a good pug for, because there's a few things about this raid that are kind of important. And if you can get people to do these 3 things, you're probably going to be alright. But if people don't know to do these 3 things, then it might be a mess. The first thing that you got to know before you step into the raid is you need to have some electrical damage mitigation. We're going to be struck by lightning throughout the entire raid. And if you have under 1,000 hit points, you're going to probably find yourself dead quite a bit. So it emphasizes the importance even more if you have under 1,000 hit points that you need to have electrical damage mitigation. Energy Sheath, the electrical version twisted in from Drakon Incarnation, just a tier 1 twist, is going to be hugely helpful. It's your first time, then I would urge you to twist in Energy Sheath. You can also have an electrical absorption item, a Ring of the Djinn, a Prismatic Cloak. There's random gen absorption now. Very easy to find. So if you have that in addition to a sheath, that's even more helpful. We're just going to be doing this one on normal, by the way, guys. And because we're constantly struck by lightning throughout the entire raid, you know, if you're in a group that's disorganized and people didn't know to have electrical damage mitigation, people are constantly dying, and it can just turn into a res fest. And nobody likes a res fest. Go ahead and step into the raid whenever you're ready. Remember, you do have to be level 27 to even get into the raid. But there is no flagging. Oh, Chad, I just saw your comment in chat, and obviously I just mentioned that stuff. And, Utax, yeah, that was Defiler of the Just. Welcome back. Nilp, did you hear what I said about having electrical absorption? Okay. Energy Sheath is great to have. Electrical absorption item is helpful too. And everybody can go ahead and step in and gather at the giant, or at the skeleton, at the dwarf. But don't buff yet, because what we're going to do is we're going to do the two puzzles first, and then we'll buff. This is an explain as you go kind of a raid, so no need for any explanation ahead of time.
Do spell absorption items help with that as well, or no?
That's a good question. If they did, that's not going to last very long. That's going to get chewed up real quick. So that's not really something you can rely on, but I suppose if it was an emergency, that might be helpful. If it did, but like I said, I'm not sure. You could test it out and let us know.
I have a absorption item for the elements, but I also have one of those ion stones.
Alright, we're just missing Lodins and Herika. But for the first timers, go ahead and come over here to this puzzle on the wall. I'll explain how this works real quick. Just like the puzzle in newcomers, here there's going to be like 20 of these throughout the raid, so that's one thing that has annoyed some people. But the more people that know how to do this, the better, because, like I said, there's a whole bunch of them, and we don't want to stand around waiting for somebody to do puzzles. If there's somebody who can step up and do them, it's really easy. It's a Simon Says puzzle. You pull the lever at the bottom, it flashes a sequence of lights, and you just need to repeat that. And if you're not a visual person, just remember the sequence like the number pad on your phone. If you get that right, it's going to do four lights that you need to repeat in the same sequence. And if you get that right, it's going to flash 5. So that's like 4, 5, 6, 6, 1, if I remember that like my phone. 4, 5, 6, 6, 1. And the puzzle is done. Once both of these puzzles are done, it locks the raid. So we don't want to do the other one yet because we don't have everybody in here. And some of the puzzles, these two and then the next 6, have to be done in pairs within a minute of each other. So if these two aren't done within a minute of each other, they'll reset. No big deal, you just do it again. You gotta be level 27 to get in here, Lodins. Lich, this is a Constitution build, so that's part of it. I'm also in running an Unyielding Sentinel in Vigor of Battle Stance. That's another part of it. Max Constitution item. My build is actually posted in the Warlock forums. This is Voodoo Warlock build post. It's near the top if you are interested in seeing the details of it. This is if this particular build is like a tanky caster kind of a build, so I'm not like a max DPS warlock. Although I mean any warlocks do decent DPS, but a focus is survivability and the ability to tank raid bosses. I'm definitely not a true tank. I'm not achieving true tank numbers, but you can see our AC of 187, 238 PRR. So most raid bosses, but some of the higher end raid bosses, I'm not quite able to stand up to. We are going to be staying together for the whole raid. So if people start running around everywhere, things can get pretty unruly. Mordecai, thank you for linking my build post. I really like this build. I think it's great for newer players because like the added defenses, the added survivability is going to help to compensate for like a new player's, lack of game knowledge, and so they're not as squishy. And then for people who like to play a more tanky playstyle, they're going to enjoy it too. It's a bursting warlock, so I don't have a lot of ranged attacks. Just like Darkfire is the only ranged attack that I do. But I can switch to blasting stance when I want to situationally, but 95% of the time I'm doing bursting. Welcome back. Okay, we're all in. Let's go ahead and do the puzzles. Crap, I turned away. Started over, no big deal. So that's 4, 7, 8. If you're thinking of it like the number pad on your phone. 4, 7, 8, 6. If you think of it like the number pad on your keyboard, then it'd be upside down. So it's 86811. 86811. And done. The raid is now locked. Nobody else can enter. Let's get our buffs. Gather in the center for buffs. Fizol, how's your turning ability?
Not focused on it, but I have a lot of charisma.
Okay. Okay, turn your energy sheaths on if you got them. And then click on the green shimmery curtain here to go into the main part of the raid. There's going to be a bunch of giant skeletons here. All of it can be turned, so you can give it a try, Fujol. Except the Stormbound King. We're going to pull it all back, by the way. And the Stormbound King, or Forgotten Storm King, excuse me, needs to be kept separate from the other trash, otherwise it's they're all going to regenerate. So kill all the other trash first. We'll kill the king last. Kill all the other trash first. Leave the king alone. Kill everything else. Kill that stuff in the arena right now, guys. I don't have energy sheath twisted in here for those of you watching the live stream. I actually am using a green steel vacuum weapon, which unfortunately they don't display properly. You can't see the tiers, but I have it configured so that 2 of the tiers are electrical absorption, so that is plenty sufficient for this tune to be in here. Sometimes he goes brain dead, so he's just standing there doing nothing. It's pretty common for this to happen. Looks like the trash is just about dead, and once that's dead, you can come back and kill the king. Who seems to be brain dead right now. And if you can't see, he has a mere 800,000 hit points. Which is nothing compared to the boss, who has 5 million hit points. And I'm not exaggerating. I didn't say that to be hyperbolic. The boss literally has 5 million hit points.
But
Hence
normal.
the 3 rules for this quest: bring DPS, bring DPS, bring lightning resistance.
Yep.
Yeah. That's after they nerfed him originally.
Yeah. What, he had like 10 million originally?
I don't know. I just remember coming in the first day they released it. It was ridiculous.
It was. I have a video of
Yeah,
us spending 2 hours, and I looked at it, and I couldn't see the hit points then. On the, I don't know if it was because of the tune I was on or what.
Yeah, it's either 7.5 mil or 10 mil, but it was asinine.
In any event, it's now it's 5 million on normal, 7.5 on hard, and I've never done it on elite, but I assume it's 10 million on elite. Okay, Go north into the main part of the zone, into the arena. Also notice that there is a wind effect. If you jump, it'll push you to the south. That's going on for most of the raid. You really want to get in the habit of not jumping in this raid, because you can get blown into like ravines and places that you don't want to be. If you go to the center onto the main platform, there's a couple collectibles. You can also look up and see a cool stormy looking thing and the boss. And there's going to be some trash mobs and 6 puzzles, 3 pairs of them, that all need to be done. Each pair within a minute of itself. So we need people to do puzzles, please. If you are new, I want you to look at the runes that are floating above the puzzles. It's important that you look out for these runes, because the dragon's going to do these. These, like the light blue runes that you see now above the puzzles, when the dragon does that, that's a tell that the dragon's going to do these circles on the ground. They look like targeting circles, like big targeting circles. And if you're standing in those, you take electrical damage, so just stay out of the circles. When the puzzles are done, you're going to... What'd you say, buddy?
I was just saying, should we be doing this puzzle?
When the puzzles are done, you're going to notice a big ring of yellow runes around them. I'll point it out when it happens. So you can tell from a distance if the puzzle's done or not. You don't have to run over to see it. If you're not working on trash, work on puzzle, please.
Ah, dick move. Somebody started this puzzle and then left it.
They probably got distracted by
Yeah,
trash.
I did, but there was trash on me.
That's what's happening to me right now. I got trash at the West puzzle.
No worries, I got you.
There will be a shrine, so if you are a blue bar, don't worry too much about your mana. And on normal, the shrine can be used every 15 minutes.
North puzzle complete.
Okay, if you're new, look at the north puzzle. Notice that large ring of yellow runes swirling around it. So, like I said, you could tell that puzzle's done from a distance just because the yellow runes are there. But the dragon's can do those runes too. When the dragon does those runes, it's her tell that this electrical storm attack is going to happen. We want to collapse on the dragon, like get under the dragon's wings when that happens. Otherwise, you're going to take some electrical damage. So this is another clutch part that pug groups often don't know to do, is to collapse on the dragon on yellow. If you don't do that, you can get lots of attrition. If you have good electrical damage mitigation, you may not have to collapse on yellow, but you can get these stacks of vulnerability that getting under her seems to help to clear them out. So it's helpful to collapse on her even if you have good electrical mitigation. Once these 3 pairs of puzzles are done, there's going to be air jets that take us up to the top of the main platform to fight the boss, which you can take now. Remember that there is a wind effect happening, so you need to navigate yourself and compensate for that wind. If you're not tanking the dragon, you need to be at the back of the dragon because she shoots her electrical breath like in a 260-degree arc. There's going to be waves of trash that spawn. air elementals when we get those. I want all ranged tunes and casters to kill them. Melees can just stay on the boss.
Yeah, because we're gonna be here for a moment.
Right now we're just going to beat her down to 70 and then she's going to take a smoke break.
No, she's a blue dragon. Obviously, she's gonna go vape.
That's right. she's gonna take a vape break. Good call. You can get blown off, you can get wing buffeted off, you can get knocked off by the air elementals. If that happens, your account gets deleted. No, I'm just kidding. You just take the air jets back up.
Trash.
Range tunes and casters work on trash, please. Remember, we're looking for those runes that she does over her head, over her body, that are the tells for her special attacks. She hasn't done them yet, though. But she will.
Trash.
Trash. Being really close to her when you're tanking her, she seems to do when she does her straight electrical attack or her breath attack, it seems to just go right past you, which is kind of nice too, because that's when she does it straight on, it's like a triple hit and it's pretty intense. She's doing circles and yellow. Collapse on the dragon and stay out of the circles. You can move through the circles quickly, but it will tick for like 150, anywhere from like probably about 50 to 200 depending on how much mitigation you got. Okay, the dragon's taking her vape break. Let's get people raised up here. There is a death timer on normal. Pretty irritating, but...
Oh, there's death timer?
Yeah.
There went a few scrolls.
We'll get people up first before we continue. Though that timer isn't very long. Notice that we have a buff in our buff bar called Eye of the Storm. It looks like the druid spell icon for Storm of Vengeance. We're going to exit.
Check.
Oh yeah, turn your sheaths on. That's going to count down. When it reaches 0, we're going to get struck by lightning a whole bunch of times at once. And this is another clutch part of this raid, guys. This is another thing that's really, really important. Also notice you have another buff in your buff bar that says Storm Magic. It looks like the symbol for like Shocking Grasp, I think. And it has counters that count up. That's electrical vulnerability. You can clear that out by running over the runes that are all around the zone. There are runes all over the zone. You need to get in the habit of constantly running over them whenever you see them, to constantly clear your stacks out. When those stacks reach 10, it starts to get pretty scary. If it gets close to 20, you're probably going to be dead the next time you get struck by lightning. We're going to be having trash mobs that spawn throughout this raid, giant skeletons. Don't worry too much about the trash. If it gets unruly, we can take it down. It'll actually, a lot of times it'll white that out. Also, there are, this point of the raid, we're going to be visiting a bunch of ruins, opening it and doing puzzles. We're starting in the southeast of the zone, and then we're going to work at a big counterclockwise circle. So if you could look at the map, this is the whole raid. We're starting in the southeast, and we're just going to go work up north, and then across the north side, and then down the west side. Visiting all the ruins, opening the puzzles, and doing the puzzles. Need somebody to do this southeast puzzle, please?
I'll do it.
Thank you, Gentis. And looks like somebody's on the other. Herika's got the other southeast, so everybody else continue north. Remember to clear your stacks as you're moving throughout the zone.
Or
Drag.
just die. That's also clears your stacks.
It does. Drag the trash with us. If we're lucky, it'll wipe that out. I got stones. You'll notice that the puzzles are locked out. There's a gate in front of them when we first get to them. There's a pillar by each puzzle that has 3 runes on it. And you gotta stand at the rune at the base of it, and when you get struck by lightning, the 3 runes on the pillar will light up. So you get struck by lightning 3 times, you light the 3 runes up, that opens up the puzzle. I'm standing on one of the runes now.
Thank you, D.
Okay, puzzle is open. So we got Herika on this one. Everybody else continue north, drag the trash with us. Everybody continue north. And I'm standing on a rune at the base of this pillar to open up this puzzle. And that's all we're going to do for this part of the raid, is just keep going around the ruins, opening up puzzles, and completing the puzzles. Need somebody on this puzzle, please?
Leah, step off the rune. Don't stay on. Thank you.
That's a good point.
Be by it.
Only one person can clear their stacks at a time, so you don't want to hang out on the runes. Okay, Herika's on this puzzle, thank you. Everybody else can continue north. Drag the trash with you. Somebody got Nilp Stone. Oh, looks like we got a big pile of trash now. So let's go ahead and just work on trash for a minute. Sheath check. Everybody put on your energy sheath. Oh, is this stuff regenerating? I didn't realize the trash would regenerate. Okay. My bad. So there is a regeneration mechanism that I don't fully understand with the trash. In any event, what, 19 stacks. Let's get somebody on this puzzle. We got somebody on. Everybody else just go across the bridge to the north. Drag the trash with us. Hopefully it'll wipe that out. We need somebody on this puzzle, please. Thank you, Airset. Everybody else continue north. And let's rally at the shrine. If you look on the map, you'll see a shrine in the north. Give people a chance to shrine up, and we can kill trash there.
Son of a bitch, clicked the wrong one on the last one.
I need to clear these stacks out. Remember to clear your stacks by running over runes.
Or air sets method.
I got your stone. I'm gonna take you back to the shrine.
Yeah, puzzle is not finished. I died.
It's okay. We can get you raised up, you can come back.
Bringing Newtax and myself to the shrine at the Jeppers.
Oh, we could have come and got you.
And we were in that trench, way too out of the way.
Fajol, did you try to turn this stuff by any chance?
I tried, I couldn't.
Okay. Well, we have 14 stacks again.
Alright, I'm going to do that last puzzle.
Okay, we gotta get this trash under
Trouble
control.
puzzle.
This is getting pretty unruly.
Thank you, Foos.
So we may have to separate it out a little bit so that it doesn't regenerate. But everybody work on trash, please. Yeah, this stuff is regenerating.
And I keep dying trying to do this puzzle over here.
You know what? I'm gonna try to just run the trash away and see if maybe it'll just white
Is that
dot.
you deep? I'm coming.
Got that puzzle.
Hit the top center and then the right top. I think that'll end up. No.
Nope, that was not it.
10 stacks. There's a rune over here. Oh crap. Watch your health, new tech. I'm gonna have to gibbers up here in a second. If you're new, notice
After the
that
second one deep, trade and go clear your stack, and I'll do the last stack, the last part of the puzzle.
a lot of that trash is running back.
All right, go.
It's after me. I'm just going to drag them all the way back to the beginning and hope they white dot.
Let me know if they do, please.
Son of a
Yes,
bitch.
sir.
Airset, you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm knocking out this puzzle.
Okay. Darkwind and Deepicus come across to the north. I want everybody who's not working on a puzzle to rally at the shrine, please. We need to regroup. I just want to make sure people aren't lost. Looks like we're still overall pretty close together. Okay, cool. Let's head west, which you guys already were. So sorry I pulled you away from that. And we're going to go to the the center north.
Sweet. We got that one.
But okay, so if you're new,
Massive teamwork.
look in the upper right hand corner, it says reset all control point pairs 4 left. That's the puzzles that we're doing. Need somebody to do this
I already
puzzle
got
here.
that puzzle.
Need somebody on this puzzle here, where I am in the north central. So Fuzol,
Shining in all the way.
just need to go west from where you're at, and you'll catch up to us. And looks like Nilp's on this one, thank you. Everybody else can keep working west across the north side. Don't worry about the skellies at the top of the platform in the back and the top, because we can just run by them.
Puzzle's done.
Cool, just keep moving, catch up with the group.
We're fighting the skeletons.
That's what's happening.
Generating at the shrine.
Do you have a lot of trash at the shrine?
We got 2, we are handling it.
Okay, cool. Everybody else start working south down the west side.
Getting the gate.
Cool. Remember to clear your stacks by running over runes. I see a Nilp. I'm gonna get you up as soon as you're off timer. Looks like you fell down in the ravine. That one's a pain.
Where
'cause-
we heading, Ginger? That one that we go up in the lift?
Yep,
Mm,
Is that next?
it's open now, so just take the air jet up.
Okay.
Everybody should be heading to the northwest, down a ramp, and there's an air jet that'll toggle on and off to take you up into these ruins.
chief check.
Go ahead and kill this trash, and we got 2 puzzles here that need to be done. If you're not doing a puzzle, kill trash, please, and there are runes up here to clear your stacks. So they're aggroed on me, so I'm not doing a puzzle.
Puzzle's supposed 3 times.
The constant lightning strikes can make this raid seem really intense. There's actually no real sense of urgency in this raid. There's no failure mode.
Puzzles. Well, one of them's 10.
Yeah, these are just regenerating. I'm not really sure what's up with that.
I don't know, but they weren't regenerating when we got them to the shrine.
Yeah, I guess they probably just have to be separated from each other.
I think the puzzles are both done up here. We can go.
Yep, we can. Everybody right back down.
Oh, I keep getting shot by a skeleton.
Is anybody stone up here? It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I kept getting interrupted by a archer doing the puzzle and it kept canceling it, so I kept failing. I eventually died.
No problem. What puzzle were you working on? Don't hang out on the rune, dude.
The north up here.
North Central. Need a heal, please.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, back to the North Central, folks. Jeez, I'm getting... Oh, I didn't clear my stacks. Got 20 stacks. I'm gonna need a raise here.
You sure didn't.
I ran across the rune too. I thought I saw it clear out, but apparently it didn't.
There's been a little lag.
Gentis, I'm right next to you. I'm gonna need a raise in 15 seconds.
Okay.
All right.
Somebody is carrying me away. Well, now I'm near Darkwyn and Delilah, Tyrannus. Anybody?
Racing.
Thank you.
Is that puzzle done over there? So we can get out from underneath these archers?
No.
So we gotta get this guy off Foozle. He's doing the puzzle. This guy over here. Get the aggro, that guy.
Oh, hold on.
Great. Okay, we need to rescue some friends here.
Died. Trying to be a hero. I should have run away.
Don't forget to clear your stacks out. Let's go gather our dead. Oh, we're gonna have to go around the backside, over the back. Just jump up, grab the ledge, and go right over the other side. I got your stone arrow set. I'm sending you a raise. Looks like you're ready.
I'm ready.
Easier said.
Full SpongeBob mode. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Let's go and just regroup at the shrine. We'll get everybody up.
And kill these skeletons.
We're almost done with the puzzle phase. If you need to shrine, go ahead and shrine up. And then we're going to keep moving to the last two sets of puzzles. Okay, let's go ahead and take a detour. Alright, everybody take detour.
All right.
Hey, Ginger, can I wait 2 minutes for this res shrine to work? Or we don't need to watch?
You're going to be left there by yourself if you don't have a detour. We're going to be revisiting the shrine after the end fight. If you can run lean till then, we just have 2 puzzles left.
Okay.
For those of you who are new, I just wanted to let you know, to show you, like, you can detour here. It's safe here. If you ever need to regroup, you're getting a lot of deaths, you can grab soul stones, just bring it back here, regroup, rebuff, and in fact, let's go ahead and get buffs again, right here at the dwarf. And then we'll go back and finish these last 2 puzzles. Remember, I was saying there's no sense of urgency in this raid. You're not going to fail because of some other events happening. Let's go right back in.
See, I'm real life aggro.
Oh, cool, Black Helmet. Glad to have you. Now we're gonna go back into the arena, and we're gonna go out to the west. That's where the puzzles are that we haven't done yet. Remember to clear your stacks. So if you're watching the live stream and new, like I was saying earlier, this pillar here with the 3 runes on it will open up the puzzle near it. In this case, that puzzle there, which you can't really see from here. You're going to stand on the rune at the base of the pillar and get struck by lightning 3 times to light up the 1, 2, 3 runes on the pillar. And once the pillar's lit,
Gate, I'll do the puzzle.
you can see the big ring of yellow runes
Tariq will.
appears around it. Okay, we have someone on this puzzle. Great. Everybody else can go around to the back side of this puzzle. Or don't hang out on the runes. Nobody else can clear their stacks if you're on the rune. Deepicus, we need you to get off that rune, buddy. And it looks like Deepicus has this puzzle, so everybody else can head south. So, does somebody have your stone?
Nice, Tyrannus.
Okay, great. We're going across the bridge to the south. You're going to make an immediate right turn heading to the west when you get across the bridge. Don't keep going, because it's like a long, windy dead end. Ariset, you need to turn around. Darkwind, you need to turn around. As soon as you got across that bridge, you need to go immediately to the right. There you go.
Jim. Oh, is that a puzzle?
The way is open. Keep going south.
I refuse. I have decided to take a nap here instead.
A dirt nap. Remember to clear your stacks. There's another rune around the corner, but we got to get one person to stand on this one to light it, which looks like Jen's taking care of.
RSS ready for res.
Ooh, I have 17 stacks. Scary. Okay, everybody else, keep
The
going.
way up is good to go.
Yep. Go to the east from where we were and take the air jet to the top, and these are the final puzzles.
New tack, I have a present for you.
I think we may have missed a puzzle. This has 2 left. Unless there's just one that hasn't been done yet, that's still being worked on. Is somebody...
These 2 right here, both being done.
Well, but this is a pair. Damn. Looks like Deepicus is working on one. Yep. Okay, so we're good. As soon as this set's done, we're good to go. Thank you. After these puzzles are done, we're going to detour back to the starting chamber. And you can just take stones back. Deepicus, if you want, you can just detour back to the start. Oh, you don't have detour, sorry. I was thinking you were a wizard. I'm gonna come get you. As soon as this puzzle's done. Actually, if you can go... Okay, there we go. Everybody take detour. Take the detour back to the start.
Detour is up.
Take the detour. I'm gonna go on a little rescue mission here. Okay, let's see. Deepicus, I'm coming to you. Just stay put, man. I know it looks like everybody else is in the center of the arena, but that's just where their dots show up when they're at the start. They're not actually there.
So what's the difference on hard or normal, the shrine? Is it on normal you can use it multiple times and on hard you can't?
Deepicus, stop running away from me, pretty please, with sugar on top. There you are. Take the detour. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go right back in. We're going to run to the shrine and get shrined up and do our final boss for the final fight. So everybody back in. And we're going to go out of the arena to the east. And then we're going to turn north.
Oh, look at that. There's no more lightning or wind.
Yep. I think the lightning can still happen, but I'm not sure. It doesn't. I don't see the Eye of the Storm thing. Maybe it's just that the trash mobs shoot lightning. Drag any trash to the shrine. We'll kill it there.
Five minutes on the shrine.
Doesn't look like you really need it. Okay, everybody shrine up. Don't buff up after you shrine though. We're gonna buff back at the start. After we shrine, we're gonna detour, but don't throw any detours yet. Let's make sure everybody gets shrined up. What's wrong, Delilah?
I buffed.
Oh, that's okay. I just want to make sure everybody doesn't miss AoE buffs. Go ahead and take the detour, folks.
All of our sound effects are just completely destroying fucking Voodoo's live stream right now.
Not at all, dude. Let's go ahead and get buffs, and then we're gonna do the final fight. The final fight, for those of you who are new, are just like the original Dragon Beatdown. There's nothing. There are no special moves. It's all the same. It's just this time we take her all the way down from full to 0. Where things can get messy is if she does all, like, if everything happens at once. She does both of her special moves, the circles, and the yellow, and we get trash. Things can start to get a little messy. Alright, everybody go in. Just remember to collapse on yellow. Stay out of the circles. And if you're not tanking the dragon, you want to be behind her.
Yeah, you do.
Trash. Range tunes and casters on trash, please. Trash. Ranged and casters on trash, please. I'm showing that she only has 4.75 million and not 5 million. Never not seen her show 5 million before. That's weird.
I feel like it's fair to just round it up to 5 million.
Yellow, collapse
Yeah.
on the dragon.
Trash.
Now, if this fight ever ran long, the shrine becomes usable in 15 minutes, so your casters could, you could send out a team of casters to go and use the shrine and come back. You wouldn't want to have everybody abandon the dragon fight, though, unless things went really badly, because she will regenerate, and at a pretty good clip. Now she's showing 5 million, so circles will collapse. And stay out of the circles, folks. Remember what I was saying, when she does all her special moves at once, things can start to get a little hairy. You start getting some attrition, which makes things even worse. Yellow collapse.
Yellow.
We're halfway there. Trash. Range tunes and casters on trash, please. Yellow and circles.
Yellow.
Or no, just yellow, excuse me. Or is it? I can't tell. Yep, it is circles.
No, circles.
Sometimes you can get knocked down in the circles, which is pretty scary. Like Tyrannus is right now. I got knocked off. Trash. Only 2 million hit points to go. Yellow
Sorry.
and circles. Stay out of the circles, folks.
Yellow.
Here's some of this. Here's some of this. This is for all the times you refuse to come to show and tell.
The storm doesn't clear while these skeletons are here?
If you're down below trying to clear it out, it just has to time out. It doesn't auto clear out like when you're running over a rune.
Oh.
But if you collapse on her at the
Anyway,
top,
thank you.
that should clear it out. I'm gonna need to turn her when I get back up there, guys, because I'm just too close to the edge. I just got thrown like into the ravine. That was ridiculous.
There you go. Turn.
I clear at number 7.
Yellow.
Shit, 9.
Yeah, I'm rocking 13 stacks right now. Okay, she's facing south right now. Oh my god, she knocked me off again.
Threw me off too, and I was second on the aggro order.
I gotta clear these stacks out. I'm gonna run to the east real quick to a rune. If I can even make it.
She's about to go up the side. Yellow.
Yep.
I got your soul stones. I'm taking you guys up. I'm back at the top now.
I tried to drag her a little bit closer to the center.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that too. Jeez, oh Pete. Need to heal quick? Never mind.
Circles.
She's at less than 1 million. Got some attrition. Back's against the wall. Delilah should be ready for raise. Don't take the raise in the circles. Voodoo ready for raise. Thank you.
Bring your fat ass here, Bessie.
Yellow.
Ye-
500,000. I need to learn to shield
I'm
block
working
better.
off that, guys.
When you shield block, it's supposed to stop the wing buffet. But I'm not real good at timing that.
Yellow.
Wow. $200,000.
Trash.
Somebody throw Herika a heal. Ready for raise. Voodoo's ready for raise. $100,000. Thank you. Great job, guys. Good job holding it together. That was kind of a rough one, but we got it done. Man, I died a ton. Okay, who's first
And you're all
timer?
alive.
Who's the first timer
I
here?
am.
Okay, Vengeance. The chest is all yours. Congrats on your first
there it is.
completion.
Yep.
Good luck on your loots, guys.
Come on, gloves. Motherfucker.
Oh, after all that, it looks like we got skunked. That's sad.
I see an acidic insignia.
Oh, okay, at least we got something.
Did you get one? Ooh. Ooh.
Okay, guys, that is it for Friday Night Raidfest. We'll do the same lineup next Friday. Thanks for coming. Don't forget to turn this one in, and have a great night. Thanks for tuning into the live stream,
Me and
too.
Dope are tied.
I'm going to shut down the live stream. I'm going to monitor the chat for a couple minutes.
Hey,
If you have any
just
final
for,
questions.
whatever sakes, what I did is I ran them skeletons back underneath all those pylons in the back corner there. And by the time I ran to the ramp, it ran out. They didn't wipe out or something happened because when I ran back, they were standing where they were supposed to be. So I think I run a reverse wipe dot or whatever.
Huh. Interesting.
Thank you.
Hey, also, spell absorb item did not work.
That is good to know. Thank you.
Yep.
Alright guys, thanks again for coming. Hope to see you next Friday, and have a great night. Okay, I'm shutting down the live stream now, but like I said, I'm gonna continue monitor chat for a few minutes in case you have any questions. Thanks for tuning in. And the next live stream is going to be tomorrow's teaching raid at 9 p.m. Eastern, Saturday night. It's going to be Master Artificer and Lord of Blades.